Hello everyone, my name is Maiko. I'm the founder and president of Nexus Motion. Nexus Motion was created because of my passion for sharing the knowledge about the human movement system and also connecting movement professionals from around the world. This is the first video interview that I'm doing with much inspiration coming from listening to podcasts like The Tim Ferriss Show. And I am very, very excited and honored to have my mentor and my friend, Dr. Shirley Sahrmann. The purpose of this interview is to try to dig into what makes Shirley a world-class physical therapist, and for everyone around the world to get to know Shirley on a more personal level. Dr. Shirley Sahrmann is a faculty emeritus from the program in physical therapy at Washington University in St. Louis, which is where I fortunately went to school to become a physical therapist. Now, it's a little hard to say that she is retired because even after her retirement in 2012, she's still traveling all over the world to teach movement system impairment syndromes and giving keynote speeches at conferences and educating not just physios around the world, but the physicians and the public as well. And in 1998, she was awarded the Mary McMillan Award from the APTA, which is the highest honor of the association. Now, her two textbooks, The Diagnosis and Treatment of Movement Impairment Syndromes and The Movement System Impairment Syndromes of the Cervical Spine, Thoracic Spine, and the Extremities, have been translated into at least 7 languages. Now, she's been influencing many physical therapists and movement professionals around the world to optimize people's movements. In fact, Shirley is in the middle of teaching the 4-day MSI seminar here in Los Angeles, and we've got about 40 people from Japan with us to learn from her. Now, Shirley, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I understand that you may have answered some of these this evening's questions in your previous interviews, podcasts, and such. However, this interview I plan to subtitle for my Japanese movement colleagues, so I hope you don't mind that some of the repeat questions are, and some questions are from the LA Movement System Seminar participants, and some are from me. So we'll just get right into it. Could you tell us, why did you become a physical therapist?
So when I was growing up and was in high school, it was the peak of the polio epidemic. And so there were a lot of paralyzed little children. I always liked being very physically active, even though it wasn't the way people were supposed to be, not women anyway, in the 1950s. Mm-hmm. But I thought that would be a great thing to do, is to help little paralyzed children be able to be active again. Mm-hmm. So it was sort of that motivation that sent me to I didn't really go directly to physical therapy school. If you want the whole real story, I started off at Washington University. At that time, physical therapy was a 2-year program. And I actually wasn't sure what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. I was actually considering physical education as a major and physical therapy and other things. And then so I started the university in 1954, before your parents were born. And in 1956, I had a brother who was 15 months younger than I, and he was accidentally killed. And his death was one that motivated me to do something that might be worthwhile with my life. Mm-hmm. So I thought, well, physical therapy might be something where I could help people, and that would be making my life more worthwhile. So the combination of thinking about polio, paralyzed children, my brother's death, I thought, do something worthwhile, Shirley. And so I decided to go into physical therapy school. In those days, if you could walk and talk at the same time, you could get into physical therapy school. So I could walk and talk at the same time. So I got into physical therapy school, and there were 18 students in my class. Mm-hmm. So it was a very small thing that I did at that time. Sure. So that's what motivated me.
I see. All right.